Good day, South Carolina educators. This is the third video in the 2024 School Report Card Simulator walkthrough. And in this video, we're going to discuss how to enter the data for the Student Progress Indicator. The Student Progress Indicator is going to be filled in this area, and there's more cells in this spreadsheet that need to be filled out because students are scored differently based on their prior achievement band. So their prior year SC Ready score helps determine the specific AVT that the student receives for the added value growth model. As a reminder, under the added value growth model, students in grades 4 through 8 will have two individual growth targets based on prior year scores. The first is the median annual target, or MAT, which is set to reflect median historically observed gains for students with similar prior year scores. The second is the added value target, which are progressively set to represent meaningful and measurable progress towards grade level proficiency based on the student's prior year scores. Meeting the MAT is worth 1 point for the school. Meeting the AVT is worth more points for the school, depending on the relative size of the gains that target represents for the student. Partial points are also available when scores fall between the MAT and the AVT. These three items are highlighted together because this is used to calculate one of the metrics that goes into the student progress rating. Finally, if a school has a high proportion of students meeting AVTs, that school receives a favorable student progress rating. This is highlighted separately because this represents a different way that scores are calculated for the added value growth model. Thus, scores for the student progress indicator will be calculated by taking the mean of three metrics, two of which are derived from the added value growth model, rating points based on individual target attainment, or we can refer to that as target points, and rating points based on the percent of AVTs met, or we can refer to that as percentage points. Both of those metrics will be calculated with the information entered in this area of the simulator. The third metric is the previously used norm referenced value added model, which will also contribute to the student progress indicator. And those points will be entered in this area of the simulator. The data entered into the report card simulator will be entered in rows according to prior achievement band. Those prior achievement bands correspond with Table 13 from the Student Progress Indicator section of the Accountability Manual. In Table 13, you can see the conditional growth percentile that's associated with each student's prior year score based on their grade level and content area of the SC Ready. Although you could figure out each student's prior achievement band manually according to the information in Table 13, you are also given that information in the Rally spreadsheets downloaded through the ADT system. Here, I have sample data for 100 students at Sample Elementary School in grades 3 through 6. The Rally spreadsheets have numerous columns in them. They're all named in ways that are relatively informative. The columns I want are going to start with the 2023 SC Ready score. So I'll just search for the column that mentions 2023. Here we see the 2023 SC Ready score, the corresponding proficiency level, and then we see the 2024 median percentile target. This is the MAT for the added value growth model, which is based on the 50th conditional growth percentile. After that is the SC Ready added value percentile target. This is the AVT, which is based on the conditional growth percentiles associated with the prior achievement band displayed in Table 13. I can use the column AZ in this example spreadsheet to determine which prior achievement band each student in this data set belongs to. I can then prepare their current or projected SC Ready scores on the 2024 test to the MAT to see if they've met or exceeded the MAT, and to the AVT to see if they've met or exceeded that. I've already done that in this data set and summarized that data in this pivot table such that I have the 55th conditional growth percentile target for the ELA test here, the 55th conditional growth percentile target for the math test here. If we compare that to the simulator, we'll see that the 55th conditional growth percentile is listed first, then the 60th, 65th. So this data is already in the right order. I've also summarized it such that the first column is the number of students whose SC Ready score falls below their MAT, which corresponds to this first column where their ELA score is below the MAT. In this column, I have the students who have met or exceeded their MAT, which corresponds to the second column in which students meet or exceed their MAT. Finally, I've checked to see whether they meet or exceed their AVT and counted them in this column, which corresponds to this third column. Note that the number you enter into column H on the simulator is always going to be equal to or greater than the number you enter into column I. If a student's score is above their AVT, then that score is also above their MAT. So you're not counting students and putting them in only one of these, you're counting the number of students who fit in each category. Let me go ahead and transfer my data into the simulator so that I can begin to generate some scores. To fill in the VAM points estimates, go to last year's report card here on the SC School Report Cards page in the Student Progress section. Right here by the icon, you can see the number of points to enter. So I'll enter 20.47 in the simulator for this school. Now, based on the data entered, which was randomly generated, the sample elementary school has received a below average rating.